A very bright sunny morning here at the TU International Cricket Ground. I think it's going to be a very good decision by the captain Rohit Paudel to bat first after winning the toss, and I would like to invite my good old friend Andrew Leonard here in the commentary box. Good morning, Lenny.
Yeah, very good morning, Paresh. Firstly, great to be back with you. Really missed you a couple of days ago. I know that you were watching every ball of it here on what was the most incredible, the most special day for this nation. And every one of these young men have really written their name into infamy as heroes. And life can take funny directions, funny turns sometimes. It's been a decade of waiting, and it was an ecstatic afternoon and evening for the country, and then a tragic end to the evening with an earthquake hitting the northwest of the country. We still obviously are relying upon the latest figures, but certainly many have lost their lives, and the Cricket Association of Nepal, and indeed the team, you heard Rohit Paudel speak very beautifully, and even Zishan Maqsood as well at the toss there, about how they want today to be about them. 50% of all of the gate revenues will go towards the victims. Rohit Paudel himself said the players are planning to make a personal contribution separately to that, and I just thought the way which Rohit Paudel spoke was beautiful. So it should be an absolutely celebratory day, but there is a touch of somberness too as we get ready to pay tribute to those victims. We're going to have a moment's silence, a minute's silence in fact, as all of the dignitaries are now lined up alongside the ICC match officials and the teams. If we can just go to the teams, there's such colour here today. We always get a special atmosphere at the TU, but I've never seen it this busy. So some of the key men there in the middle, Mr. Paras Khadka, the Cricket Association of Nepal secretary, former captain of course, and Natisha and Aminul from the ICC team, Atif Naqvi, and what you're seeing now are some handshakes for Chatur Bahadur Chand and Padam Bahadur Khadka, the president. They're shaking the secretary's hand of the Cricket Association of Nepal, and Padam Bahadur Khadka, the treasurer. Chants of Nepal, Nepal, Nepal ring around the ground, but Paresh, in a moment we will pause for a minute's silence. Devastating news, but the country, it's well used to recovering from incidents like this.
Yeah, it is devastating news. Far west, the earthquake, it was late Friday evening, early Saturday morning. So it's a very devastating news, and it's a very good initiative done by Cricket Association of Nepal to hand over 50% of the revenue created by the tickets.
Yeah, really good move. Outstanding. So we will now pause for that minute's silence, and perhaps at home we would ask you to just bow your heads as well and take a minute to remember those who
and all the spectators in the ground to please stand up in sympathy and condolence for all the beautiful souls who lost their life in the disastrous earthquake. म यस मैदानमा रहनुहुने सम्पूर्ण नेपाली क्रिकेटका समर्थकहरू, खेलाडी, अफिसियल सँगसँगै सम्पूर्णमा शुक्रबार राति जाजरकोटमा गएको भूकम्पमा परि ज्यान गुमाउनुहुने सम्पूर्णको शोकका लागि, मौन धारणका लागि उभिदिनु हुन अनुरोध गर्न चाहन्छु. And the time starts now. Ladies and gentlemen, please stand up for the national anthem of Oman. Now, please stand up for the national anthem of Nepal.
सायुथुङ्गा फुलका हामी एउटै माला नेपाली सार्वभौमै फैलिएका मेची महाकाली सायुथुङ्गा फुलका हामी एउटै माला नेपाली सार्वभौमै फैलिएका मेची महाकाली प्रकृतिका कोटि कोटि सम्पदाको आचल वीरहरूका रगतले स्वतन्त्र अटल ज्ञान भूमि शान्ति भूमि तराई पहाड हिमाल अखण्ड यो प्यारो हाम्रो मातृभूमि नेपाल बहु जाति भाषा धर्म संस्कृति विशाल
A very proud moment for both the teams, standing up for their national anthems for their countries. And just a quick reminder that Nepal has won the toss and they've decided to bat first. The ball has been handed over to the match officials. Handshakes all around with the match officials.
And I think they've enjoyed their time here too. So Ghazi Sahel even and Rashid Riaz are two umpires from Bangladesh and Pakistan. They are used to having huge crowds and cricket-crazed fans in both their native Bangladesh and Pakistan, but something altogether different. It's a Sunday morning, it's a work day here in Kathmandu. It is barely, in fact, it's not even 11 a.m., it's about 10:57, and the place is packed to the rafters again. We're going to see Ghazi Sahel standing at the pavilion end, and then Rashid Riaz will be at the Chobar end of the ground. Coming up the main avenue of Tribhuvan University this morning, Paresh, it really did feel like what's going to be a very special day. Both of these teams, they have qualified for the T20 World Cup, ecstatic and delighted to do so, but now they want to finish the job. They want to get their hands on that trophy.
Yes, definitely. Either of these teams, Oman or Nepal, they want to get their hands on the trophy. The final of the ICC Men's T20 World Cup Qualifier Asia Finals. You can see the crowd, still the spectators coming in numbers from the main gate of the TU International Cricket Ground. The openers of Nepal entering the ground, Asif Sheikh and Kushal Patel, the dynamic duo, as I must say.
Yeah, there come Asif Sheikh, who was the player of the match. He was outstanding alongside Kushal Patel, his regular opening partner. One change for Nepal. And the reason for that, very understandable. They thought it was worth risking Dipender Singh Airi's sprained ankle for Friday. There was a great irony. He didn't do anything at all. He didn't bowl, he didn't bat, and I don't remember him getting the ball much in the field, which is quite rare for Dipender Singh Airi. So back comes into the starting 11, Sandeep Jura, the big surprise for me. I don't know about you, Paresh, but no Lalit Rajbanshi. We saw the 8 overs of spin, including 1 over from Rohit Paudel, combined for 8 overs, 1 maiden, 6 for 31 in that crucial semi-final. But they've gone with the extra seam attack again. For Oman, they've remained unchanged, and Kashyap Prajapati and Pratik Athavale, they looked pretty comfortable and confident in what was a very one-sided semi-final, where they sealed their qualification at this ground here against Bahrain.
Oman played like champions in the semi-finals against Bahrain, winning the game by 10 wickets. Batting first, Bahrain was bundled out for 106 runs. This is the trophy these two teams are playing for. Zishan Maqsood or Rohit Kumar Paudel, for the captain of Nepal and Oman respectively, going to get their hands in this trophy. In the meanwhile, Kushal Patel is going to take the strike.
Well, it's going to feel very much like party time here in Kathmandu. The grass banks are already full to the hilt. We'll often see that in the latter stages of a game, but before the very first ball, well, it shows the ever-growing popularity of this team, their status as really the golden boys of this country. Nothing, I've said it before, Paresh, but nothing unites this country or galvanizes the nation of Nepal and spreads a good word about this beautiful land like the national cricket team. And the men, after a decade wait, 10 long years, have got back to the promised land, back to the world stage. And I think they are going to introduce themselves to the world in a big way next year in the USA or West Indies, wherever they're based. They are going to be one of the great stories of that World Cup. And what a World Cup it is we have to look forward to. 20 teams. We've got 18 of the lineup confirmed. Just one qualifier remains. That's in Windhoek in Namibia at the end of this month. But for now, it's party time in Kathmandu. Everyone's a winner today, but only one team can get their hands on the trophy. It's going to be Bilal Khan to get things going to a great roar. And immediate runs as the trademark swiftness between the wickets is on show right away. Paresh, Oman were so comfortable against Bahrain. Tell me about their match. What did they do well?
It all started with Bilal Khan, the way he bowls, the way he brings the ball into the right hand, and Ahmed Faiz Butt also bowled well to start off with, and then came in Aqib Ilyas. He had a very good run with the ball, took 4 wickets, including a maiden in 4 overs, giving away just 10 runs. That was the pick-up bowlers for Oman. That is why Bahrain were packed for just 106 runs. And talking about Asif Sheikh on strike, he played a very good knock to get to his home, through to the semi-finals and reach the finals and to qualify for the T20 World Cup next year.
Runs down the leg sides. Ecstasy, jubilation for a leg by. Paresh, this atmosphere, well, we've seen it all at this ground. You and I, we've been together for so many of the famous days here. These are halcyon days for Nepali cricket, halcyon days for the nation.
Even though today is Sunday, a working day, we can see probably more than 15,000 people on the ground here. And they're cheering every leg by every run. This is a massive crowd.
In-swinging Yorker, worked into the leg side. Oh, listen to that. Delirium at 11 a.m. on a Sunday morning. Where else in the world would you want to be but here at the TU, as Bertel clips it beautifully off his legs, shaped through the air for Bilal Khan and punished for 4.
Yeah, I think Rohit Paudel doing the right thing, winning the toss and electing to bat first. The pitch looks very good for batting. It was on the pads. Paudel didn't miss it. Timed it very well down to mid-wicket boundary for 4 runs. Even though Bilal Khan got that shape, the line was wrong for Bilal Khan. Bilal Khan under pressure.
Well, I think at points today, Paresh, we're just going to have to let the crowd speak for themselves, because even by the TU ground standards, this is quite remarkable. A cacophony of noise, a cacophony of ecstasy, really. The way in which this team have lifted the nation up, it's quite remarkable.
Yes, it has been remarkable, particularly this year, 2023. It all started on the 14th of February 2023 when Nepal won against, just checked his shot, Asif Sheikh. That was very well bowled by Bilal Khan, right on the money. The first one that he got hit for a 4 was down the leg side. Kushal Patel didn't miss it, timed it to perfection to the boundary. And this time around it was a nice, good line and length by Bilal Khan. He's still getting the ball to move into the right-hander.
It'll be a dot ball to close out the first over. 7 runs have come from it. We're all set for a grand estate occasion. It's 7 for none.
Real fruitबाट बनेको real juiceमा छ real nutrition, real fruitबाट बनेको real juiceमा छ real nutrition, real taste र real happiness. त्यसैले त real juice real हो नि.
पम्प छु
हो लाइफबोय ह्यान्ड वाशले मार्छ 99.9% भाइरसेस. त्यसैले पम्प रब छु संसारकै नम्बर 1 सेलिङ जर्म प्रोटेक्सन सोप ब्रान्ड.
20 वर्षदेखि ग्राहकहरूको चाहनालाई सम्बोधन गर्दै निरन्तर अघि बढ्दै सिद्धार्थ ब्याङ्क सम्बन्ध सधैँभरिलाई.
But actually, for much of that Group A contest, Oman really dominated the game, didn't they? Despite only posting 145, Nepal were never in the chase until Vivek Yadav very nearly pulled off something quite ridiculous.
Yes, it was. I wouldn't use revenge as a word, Lenny. I would say return the favor to Oman. Yeah, it was a very close chase, even though Oman won by 5 wickets. That shows in the scorecard. But talking about Vivek Yadav, what a find he is for the national side. 26 runs were needed off the last over. He hit 3 sixes. 7 of 3 was needed. Eventually, he got out. It's going to be Fires butt to... Oh, nicely bowled.
Big appeal. I think height is the issue here, Paresh. Fires butt's not happy, but on first view, we'll always have a better idea from the replay. But on first view, for me, that looks a good decision. Really isn't happy, is he? I think that's probably hit him on the inner thigh pad on the back end. Might be going on in terms of the line of off stump, but for me, going over the top. So we'll try and bring you the replay in a moment.
Yeah, it can be an height issue there, and even the ball could have missed off stump. That is what the umpire was suggesting to the bowler. Fires butt was not happy. A good start for Fires butt, right on the money on the first ball. After second over, bowling from the Chobar end. And these bowlers started off well in the semi-finals against Bahrain. Especially Fires butt in the first over took a wicket of the captain of Bahrain.
It's into the pad again. This one's probably going to go down leg and maybe go over the top again. It's a good length to be bowling in terms of preventing runs, but it's going to be very difficult to bowl that length and get one to go on and thud into the stumps, whether that's an LBW or a bowled.
Yeah, you can bowl dot balls. This ball coming in after pitching, it would have missed the leg stump. Very good umpiring by Riaz there. The umpiring have been top-notch in this tournament so far. The umpires would like to end the final in a similar way. 2 dot balls in the second over. A little bit of pressure on Kushal Bhutel, who likes to come down the track, walk down the track, or play a scoop shot, a paddle round the corner.
Yeah, very special atmosphere indeed here. Can't remember the ground being this packed this early. Shape away from Bertel. He takes a shuffle down the crease but can't pierce that offside field, which is packed, isn't it? There's a slip, a short third, a backward point, a cover point, a cover and a mid-off.
There are 2 fielders in the boundary line, that is fine leg and deep square leg. And he's bowling to his field, very good bowling by Faiz, but bowling from off stump, outside the off stump, bowling that outswing and moving away from the right-hander Kushal Bhutel. Bhutel, whereas coming down the track, walking down the track to try to hit him over the infield on the offside, but straight to the fielder.
Yorker length this time. Bertel gets a single. It's a good start from Faiz, but a nice piece of fielding. It's Mohammed Nashin Kushi. They haven't gone with Kalimullah today. They did in the group game between these two teams. I thought he was pretty effective. Why have they favoured Butt over Kalimullah, Oman?
I think Butt bowled very well in the semi-finals against Bahrain. That is why he's picked in the first place rather than Kalimullah. We can see that in his first over, the second over of the innings, he's bowled 3 dot balls and gave away just a single in the 4th ball. This is why I think Captain Zishan Maqsood and the support staff, the coaching staff, have decided to go with Faiz Butt. Now for Asif Sheikh, the fine leg fielder is inside the circle. There's a deep sweeper cover and a deep square leg. The 2 boundary riders in the power play the first 6 overs.
Walking up the avenue this morning towards Tribhuvan University, the campus where this cricket ground is based, the Nepal flags were selling at a roaring trade, I can guarantee you. As that's elegantly driven, but he can't pierce the infield. I know that you kept more than a close eye on the action up at Mulpani. What were your emotions here watching on from the TU?
To be honest, Lenny, I was doing the commentary here for the Oman and Bahrain semi-final, but my mind was at Mulpani. I was watching live in my cell phone on the YouTube channel.
Well, you sense that famous mantra of the one-ball battles that Monty Desai is all about. Hooked away and great roars as Faiz Butt can't get out of his over. It's half a dozen to the total. It's the first maximum and they've won that 1-ball battle. 2 have been bowled. It's 14 for none.
Yeah, Asif Sheikh just picked that ball on the leg side. That's a very big 6 down to this deep square leg region. Over the fence. Yeah, Asif Sheikh, talking about Asif Sheikh, he has improved his hitting a lot.
Body टिकाऊ, body coverage.
दिमाग लगाओ, Japanese technology वाला पेन चलाओ.
Gain Nerolac healthy home paints from Japan.
The original taste, the original fun, one and only.
Whirlingको फेस्टिभ अफरमा दुबई घुमौ रमेर अब whirlingबाट 24 भाग्यशाली जोडीले जित्न.
But Nepal have got through that, freed of any of the pressures of qualification after what was not just 10 years of hurt but 18 months of hurt in particular for Nepal. It's up towards the VIP section. There's Chatur Bahadur Chand and the Dhaka Topi right and left of your screen, the Cricket Association of Nepal president. But yeah, freed of that pressure, freed of that expectation of will they qualify or not. Are you expecting a free-flowing game from both sides today?
Yeah, we might, but in the meantime, Bilal Kal bowling very well. He's just hitting the deck hard. He's not just floating the ball to get the swing. He's hitting the deck hard. That is why it's difficult for the batsman to go after him. I know Kushal Bhutel, he will definitely like to come down the track and hit him over mid-on because the ball is coming into him. It'll be a very big contest between these two.
Khan is a world-class bowler. But what Nepal do as well as anyone in world cricket, I don't just mean associate cricket here, they run excellently between the wickets. They pace their innings pretty well usually too. They've got a lot of hitting to come. Be fascinated to see if they go with Gulshan Jah at 3 again, particularly if one of the 3 left arm spinning options that Oman possess is bowling at that stage. You've got Zishan Maksud, you've got Ayan Khan. Gone, the first wicket falls, and Kashyap Prajapati leaps to take a good catch. He's pumped up, and it's not the first over that Bilal Khan has struck in, but it's his second, the 3rd overall, and an eerie silence descends upon the ground as the player of the match in the crucial semi-final has been caught at cover.
That was hit in the air. You can see that. Got a little bit of top edge. Easy catch to Prajapati there. I wouldn't say it was easy, but he timed his jump to perfection to get the catch. First wicket down, first hurdle taken by Oman. Nepal are 15 for 1.
Dabur Red Bayfresh Gel is in town. Bayfresh Gel. Be Bay ready with 12 hours deep freshness.
दादा बाहिर भाइरस छ
नडराउ मात्र पम्प रब छु गर्दियो भाइरसलाई
पम्प रब छु
हो लाइफबोय ह्यान्ड वाशले मार्छ 99.9% भाइरसेस त्यसैले पम्प रब छु संसारकै नम्बर 1 सेलिङ जर्म प्रोटेक्सन सोप ब्रान्ड
This flexibility around the batting order, particularly this number 3 position, it continues. It's back into the team today in place of Dipender Singh. Sundeep Jora now at 3. If I've got my numbers correct, as we do have a couple of Oman fans in, but they're in the minority today, I can guarantee you that, Paresh. I think between the tri-series that preceded this, there was 5 internationals there. This is the 5th. In 10 games, we've now seen 5 different number 3s. A makeshift in Sampal Kami wrote. Powell did it once or twice. Kushal Malla, I think, did it once. Sundeep Jura today, and Gulshan Jah in the semi. That's almost a rotating door at the 1 down position.
It looks like Monty Desai is looking for a number 3 batsman for a long time. That is why they are just rotating the batsman in that position. In the meanwhile, that was on the pads. Nice effect by Sundeep Jora after 6 overs. Nepal 16 for 1.
It's funny that, isn't it? You think about the number 3 position.
Dabur Red Bayfresh Gel is in town.
Bayfresh, Bayfresh, be ready with Bayfresh. Be ready with Bayfresh. Bayfresh, Bayfresh, be ready with Bayfresh. Be ready with Bayfresh. Bayfresh, Bayfresh, be ready with
Dabur Red Bayfresh Gel. Be Bay ready with 12 hours deep freshness.
Be ready with Bayfresh.
विदेशबाट ई सेवा मनी ट्रान्सफर मार्फत ई सेवा वालेटमा पैसा पठाउँदा काठमाडौँमा घर जित्ने मौका पाउनुहुन्छ।
यति कार्पेट किन्दा कार्पेटको पछाडि यतिको लोगो हेर्न नबिर्सिनु होला। यति कार्पेट, कार्पेटको शहंशाह।
म फरक छु किनकि म प्लास्टिकको प्रयोग कम गर्छु। अब तपाई पनि भन्ने हैन त फरक?
3 that's come in as a right-hander. Zishan Maksud says, well, we'll go to spin. We're going to turn to Shakil Ahmed early. Would you have rather have seen the left-handed Gulshan Jah Kushal Malla at 3 rather than another new batter?
Yeah, I would have preferred Gulshan Jah because he's a tall guy. He has that reach to the spinners. He played well in the semi-finals as well, and he played very well in the final of the ACC Men's Premier Cup earlier this year, getting a 50.
Well, there's only one place to be today. If you're anywhere in the Kathmandu Valley, it's here in Kirtipur. 10 minutes outside of Kathmandu, not far from Lalitpur too. Jora goes down the ground, gets a good piece of it. And he gets 4, slightly overpitched by Shakil Ahmed. His first delivery, few nerves maybe for him, and Jora, he gets his first boundary away.
Sundeep Jora can do this to a bowler. The first ball he faced off Shakil Ahmed, went over the middle fielder over a boundary. Sandeep Zura can attack in the early stages. You can see this. It was a fuller delivery by Shakil Ahmed, just a loosener by him. And there's a change in field. The long mid-off fielder goes back to the boundary at long off.
Yeah, it's the mid-on that's come up. Paresh, you're spot on the money. So some protection down the ground, and Jura tries to get it there for a single. He's had a pretty good tournament. Shakil Ahmed, player of the match in, I think it was the game against Nepal here, wasn't it, where he picked up a little cameo with the bat, including 10 off the final 2 deliveries of Karen KC, and then he's very economical. He reminds me a little bit of an English left-arm spinner. You might remember him, Michael Yardy. Doesn't really try to turn the ball to Shakil.
Yeah, he resembles Michael Yardley. He rushes the batsman. This is what he does. Just balls the ball quicker to the right-hander. It's very difficult to get hold of those.
It's very difficult to use your feet to a delivery like that one there. It's so flat through the air. There's no time to gauge or judge the length that it's being delivered at. Yeah, it's very nearly got through. It was a fairly ungainly hack from Jura. It comes off the inside edge and he calls Bertel through for the single. Will Bertel look to sweep here?
Yeah, there's a short fine, there's a deep square leg. If he wants to play a ramp shot, he can do that, but he'll have to play that very well.
I wonder, is the power sweep an option, try to get it in front to square, but maybe not from that length of their line. Brilliant from Shakil Ahmed after the boundary from the first delivery. Only 5 off the over. Nepal, they want to get moving in the power play. They're struggling to do so. 21 for 1.
रियल फ्रुटबाट बनेको रियल जुसमा छ रियल न्युट्रिसन, रियल टेस्ट र रियल ह्याप्पिनेस। त्यसैले त रियल जुस रियल हो नि।
20 वर्षदेखि ग्राहकहरूको चाहनालाई सम्बोधन गर्दै निरन्तर अघि बढ्दै सिद्धार्थ ब्याङ्क, सम्बन्ध सधैँभरिलाई।
हाम्रो मनमा वाइ वाइ, हाम्रो मनमा वाइ वाइ, तिम्रो मेरो हाम्रो सबको मनमा छ वाइ।
मेचीदेखि महाकालीसम्म वाइ वाइ छ हामी सबैको मनमा।
There's all of the gathered media, scribes writing up their analysis of the day's events. Beautiful length from Fayaz Butt, who changes ends, comes in now from the pavilion end. Front page of the Kathmandu Post, back page of the Kathmandu Post. Really low trajectory from Shakil. Front and back page of the Himalayan Times. Every single paper was full of the cricket news yesterday. Remarkable.
Yeah, it has been a very wonderful journey for Nepal cricket. Qualification in the T20 World Cup after 10 years. That is a very big achievement. We are very proud of the team. Fayaz Butt, like he did against Bahrain in the semi-final, changing his ends.
Where's this one gone? I think he's just got enough of it, but again, there's no real conviction in the stroke. Jura maybe just feeling the pressure a little bit to try and get the run rate moving. That was a shot of very little control, and I recognise those youngsters, young Pradhans, big waves, and looking good in the Nepal jerseys. There's a few of those selling out in the main road too, Paresh.
Yeah, when I came in, there were Nepali flyers being sold at the main gate. Talking about Sandeep Zura, he's a very busy cricketer. That is why he's going after the ball. He wants to score quick. 23 for 1 in the 5th over. They need to utilize the power play.
Fade away. There's a man at deep third. He's not going to be able to affect the catch. He actually does well to judge that, because it took quite almost a ping-pong-esque bounce, didn't it, off the outfield. It's gradually started to get a little bit harder as we've come out of the monsoon season. Bilal Khan, that's 3 runs saved really, but Jura is looking a little panicked out there.
Yeah, he wants to score runs in every ball. That is why we can see he's trying to hit the ball very hard, getting that outside edge down to third man. A good bit of fielding by Bilal Khan, timing his jump to perfection to stop 3 runs for his team.
One of the big changes I've noticed in my 5 or 6 years coming here now to Nepal is the ever-growing number of young fans and families that we're getting coming in, more and more women and girls enjoying the action here at the TU2. That's great to see. As Bertel, with real style and real panache, a flick of the back leg as he makes contact. He says, right, now's the time to go. I haven't had much of the strike. And that is a special stroke for 6 more.
I think Firesbird tried a variation in that occasion. It was down to the leg side. It was nicely picked up off his leg by Kushal Burtel, down to long on for a maximum, almost cleaning up the media people there.
Well, the photojournalists were a bit worried about their expensive cameras there, weren't they? That's a gorgeous stroke for 6. Love that little flick of the back leg, almost a bit of Caribbean flair from Kushal Burtel. We keep making some comparisons, the way he goes about it, the sort of bossing style that Burtel has, similar to the Universe boss. He's the Butwell boss, that's what we're calling him, Burtel. And now he works it around the corner, the outfield's quick. The crowd will tell you what the result is, it's 4 more. And now Nepal are on the charge, back-to-back boundaries.
The length was good, but the line was wrong by Firesbird. Again, running down to the leg side of Kushal Burtel. Nicely glanced that down to fine leg. The fine leg fielder is inside the circle. That is why it went for a boundary. There's a deep square leg. A good over for Nepal so far.
Well, it's traditional band playing in the background there. You can maybe just hear that very much echoing in the distance. One of the moments that struck me the most after qualification was achieved. The cameras went to a group of groundsmen and every one of them was dancing uncontrollably. I felt compelled to join in Baresh. Put away. And what's happened here? I think a misfield, maybe a drop canch. Fayaz Butt thinks it's carried and the end result will be a single. We'll find it in the replay. 5 have been bowled, 35 for 1.
Yes, Iron Kind dropped a catch there at backward point. That can be very costly for Oman.
Body Tikao, body coverage.
दिमाग लगाओ जापानिज टेक्नोलोजी वाला पेन चलाओ
Gain Pinirolac Healthy Home Paints from Japan.
The original taste, the original fun, one and only.
वर्लिङको फेस्टिभ अफर 3 वा 12 महिनाको इन्टरनेट पेमेन्टमा पाउनुहोस् स्यामसङका विभिन्न प्रडक्टहरूमा रु 15,500 सम्मको वर्लिङ लोयल्टी डिस्काउन्ट। आजै अफरको फाइदा लिनुहोस्।
The medium pacer to knock off the stumps.
Well, I love these fans who go the distance to get across their point. Down the ground, monstrous, massive, do not drop, Kushal Burtel, he's going to make you pay. And that one's nearly gone out of the ground. Oh man, wilting under the pressure. It's not 11 v 11 here, Paresh. It's very clearly 11 v 12, those in the crowd.
Yes, the crowd jumping around. It was right on the slot and Kushal Burtel doesn't miss those. A very good swing off the bat, straight over the side screen for a 6. And the crowd jumping for that shot. This is what Kushal Burtel will do to you when you bowl right on the slot. A good hit by Burtel.
Inside edge, fortune this time. He could have been bowled, but he's going to get 4 more. Deafening roars. The fans don't mind how they come, and they love Kushal Burtel at his best. He seems to always be at his best here at this ground. He didn't do much at the Mulpani. 4 low scores in the group stages, not many in the semi-final, but back where he loves it the most, he's into full mode now.
This was very lucky for Kushal Burtel. Didn't hit the stumps, getting the inside edge. The ball rolling towards the boundary at fine leg. Shakil Ahmed under pressure, 6 and a 4 in the first 2 balls of this over.
Speared in again with real aggression. Lovely batter to watch, Burtel, because it's not just power he has touch and quality too. Another one of these young cricketers in Nepal who works hard on their fitness. He's so strong. He's not a tall man, but he lifts big in the gym. He can hit the ball a long, long way.
Kushal Burtel is a very strong lad. He works out very much in the gym with the weights. Again, this was speared in by Shakil Ahmed. It was not a finger spinner. That looks like he would bowl with a seam up delivery. Shakil Ahmed once and again he does that all.
It's good from Jura. Even if he's not hitting it very well, find a way to get singles. So much batting to come, and Bertel can just take a game away from an opposition in the course of, what, 6 or 7 overs, really, with the way he strikes. T, the choice this morning for some of the Oman bench. Ahmed under pressure. Can he get out of this over? Can Oman get out of the power play? They can, but it's still 12 from the over. And at the end of that power play, maybe Nepal just a fraction ahead. The score is 47 for 1.
रियल फ्रुटबाट बनेको रियल जुसमा छ रियल न्युट्रिसन, रियल टेस्ट र रियल ह्याप्पिनेस। त्यसैले त रियल जुस रियल हो नि।
विदेशबाट ई सेवा मनी ट्रान्सफर मार्फत ई सेवा वालेटमा पैसा पठाउँदा काठमाडौँमा घर जित्ने मौका पाउनुहुन्छ।
यति कार्पेट किन्दा कार्पेटको पछाडि यतिको लोगो हेर्न नबिर्सिनुहोला। यति कार्पेट, कार्पेटको शहंशाह।
वर्लिङको फेस्टिभ अफर 3 वा 12 महिनाको इन्टरनेट पेमेन्ट गरी रु 3279 को बोट एडोप्स 170 वायरलेस इयरफोन मात्र रु 1679 मा। आजै अफरको फाइदा लिनुहोस्।
The power play is done. It's 47 for 1 Nepal. A good start for almost 8 runs per over, the current rate. And I would like to invite Shoaib Ahmed here in the commentary box, my co-commentator. Welcome, Shoaib. Good morning.
Thank you, Paresh, and good morning to everyone who's tuned into this broadcast. The big final, and talking about the big moment, the skipper comes into bowl. Zishan Maqsood starts off well, and has he got a wicket? Yes, well, the stumps have been disturbed, and what a way to start the spell by the captain of Oman. He struck on the very first ball, and Nepal have lost Sandeep Chora, who was looking good.
The first ball, he gave that air a bit slow through the air. A good change by Zishan Maqsood, bringing himself into the attack. Taking off Faiz Butt, who went for 14 runs, getting the pad. He was trying to appealing, but the ball ricochet into the stumps. Look at that, he's getting the pad and hitting the stumps. Nepal 47 for 2.
Dad,
जाऊ बाइक निकाल त।
कहाँ जाने ड्याड?
ब्याङ्क जानु छ एउटा कामले।
ब्याङ्क? लाउन्स। यो फिजिकल होइन, डिजिटलको जमाना हो। यति कामको लागि त ब्याङ्क जानै पर्दैन नि।
20 वर्षदेखि ग्राहकहरूको चाहनालाई सम्बोधन गर्दै निरन्तर अघि बढ्दै सिद्धार्थ ब्याङ्क सम्बन्ध सधैँभरिलाई।
Body टिकाऊ, body coverage.
दिमाग लगाओ, जापानीज टेक्नोलॉजी वाला पेंट चलाओ।
Honey, दिमाग लगाओ, Japanese technology वाला पेंट चलाओ। KNP Nerolac Healthy Home Paints from Japan.
You saw that at Mulpani the other day in the semi-finals. What do you think about the crowd in the TU International Ground?
Well, this is electrifying. This is absolutely brilliant to see. I've never seen a crowd like this. I've never seen fans so passionate. I'm just honored and privileged to be here. Short and wide from Zishan to Kushal Malla. You're talking about him. He's such an exciting cricketer. He's got that X factor in him. And I think he's a star in the making for Nepal. Definitely somebody who can contribute a lot towards Nepal cricket.
Yes, that is what he has shown till now. He is the fastest century maker in the T20 International. 34-ball century that he made in the Asian Games. And just earlier this year against Oman, he scored the fastest ODI 100 for Nepal in 59 balls. So I think he likes Omani bowlers.
Well, I'm sure he's going to enjoy batting here today in front of his own crowd. In a big final, he'd want to contribute with the bat. Kushal Bhurtel has played really well so far. 30 of 18 deliveries, 19 including that dot ball. And just the ideal start for Nepal. Yes, they've lost 2 wickets, but I like the intensity, the approach that the Nepali batters have shown today.
Yeah, the only one shot that he was lucky was the inside edge that went to the boundary. Apart from that, he's played very well, Bhurtel. quicker through the air. Zishan Maksud, he's a very smart bowler, very smart campaigner. He rotates his bowler very nicely, that we saw in the semi-finals against Bahrain and even the league matches that Nepal and Oman played.
Good run taken on the last balls, but it's an excellent over from Zishan Maksud. A wicket in it and just 2 runs conceded. 7 overs gone. Nepal are 49 for 2.
रियल फ्रुटबाट बनेको रियल जुसमा छ रियल न्युट्रिसन, रियल टेस्ट र रियल ह्याप्पिनेस। त्यसैले त रियल जुस रियल हो नि।
साधारण टुथपेस्ट युज गर्नुभयो भने टाढै रहनुहुनेछ। रोज्नुहोस् क्लोज अप। यसको एन्टी जर्म माउथ वाश फर्मुलाले दिन्छ 12 घण्टा 3 गुणा ताजा सास। पाउनुहोस् अझ बढी ताजापन र सधैँ नजिक रहने कन्फिडेन्स।
वर्षदेखि ग्राहकहरूको चाहनालाई सम्बोधन गर्दै निरन्तर अघि बढ्दै सिद्धार्थ ब्याङ्क सम्बन्ध सधैँभरिलाई।
Giving you only 10 runs and taking 4 wickets.
Well, he's the man with the Midas touch. Anything that he touches right now turns into goal. That's how great a form he is in. Aqib Ilyas was absolutely wonderful with the bat right from the Gulf Cricket Championship that Oman won against UAE. And just before coming to Nepal, they played a series against Afghanistan A. And he was phenomenal with the bat there as well. He's such a vital cricketer for Oman. Bats at the top, bowls in pressure situations. And a very interesting point about Aqib Ilyas, we'll come to that after this delivery. Oh, nicely played, that swept and straight to the fielder. Oh dear. Kushal Bhurtel had timed it, had middled it, but finds Mehran Khan at square leg. Another wicket falls for Nepal on the first ball, and it's Aqib Ilyas who strikes.
Yes, it was outside the off stump. It was nicely timed, like you said, Shoaib, but straight to fielder. The Mehran Khan is the fielder in that position. Either side of the fielder, it could have been a 4, but straight to Mehran Khan. Kushal Bhurtel has to depart for 31 of 22, including 2 sixes and 3 fours.
Taste, the original fun, one and only.
विदेशबाट ई सेवा मनी ट्रान्सफर मार्फत ई सेवा वालेटमा पैसा पठाउँदा काठमाडौँमा घर जित्ने मौका पाउनुहुन्छ।
यति कार्पेट किन्दा कार्पेटको पछाडि यतिको लोगो हेर्न नबिर्सिनुहोला। यति कार्पेट, कार्पेटको शहंशाह।
म फरक छु किनकि म प्लास्टिकको प्रयोग कम गर्छु। अब तपाई पनि बन्ने हैन त फरक?
Important 83 runs and a good strike rate of 129.
Yeah, it looked like 133 in the semi-finals posted by UAE was a defendable total looking at the pitch. But Asif Sheikh, the opener, who's already out here today in the final, he played a very good knock and equally contributed by Rohit Podel. Getting that inside edge. He doesn't turn much, Aqib Ilyas, but he has that line and length to bowl right around off stump, outside off stump to the right hand of bowling that leg spinners.
That was a googly to start off, and Rohit Patel was playing for the leg spinner, gets an inside edge. That's much better from Rohit, gets it from the middle of the bat. We were talking about Aqib Ilyas, just a quick fact about him. A lot of cricketers in Oman have originally come from India or Pakistan or Nepal as well. But Aqib Ilyas, he's originally from Pakistan, but he's born and raised in Oman. So he's a homegrown cricketer, played all his cricket in Oman, and he's such a valuable talent, absolutely wonderful. Nicely driven, that's a beautiful shot. Some more runs. In fact, they'll just settle for 1.
This will be interesting now. Aqib Ilyas is going to bowl off spinners to the left-hander. That is what he does very nicely. He controls that off spinners as well. It'll be very interesting how Kushal Malla goes about it.
Yeah, a 3D player, Aqib Ilyas. Does everything. Bats, bowls, fields, leg spin, off spin. I'm sure he can keep behind the wickets as well, if need be. And you're right, he's coming around the wicket with a slip in place. and starts off with the off spinner. So, well done, Paresh.
Yeah, he's very good to see Aqib Ilyas. He bowls that leg spinners to the right hander and he slips in a googly as well to the right hander and bowl that off spinners with such control. That's immaculate. That's very good. A dot ball to end the over. Just a single and a wicket in this over. After 8, Nepal 50 for 3.
Body टिकाऊ, body coverage.
दिमाग लगाओ जापानिज टेक्नोलोजी वाला पेन चलाओ
KNP Nerolac Healthy Home Paints from Japan.
The original taste, the original fun, one and only.
वर्ल्डलिङ्कको फेस्टिभ अफर 3 वा 12 महिनाको इन्टरनेट पेमेन्ट गरी रु 3299 को बोट एडोप 170 वायरलेस इयरफोन मात्र रु 1699 मा आजै अफरको फाइदा लिनुहोस्.
This is a good passage of play here. Again, right on the money, Zishan Maqsood.
Well, the spinners have done well for Oman. They've managed to stem the flow of runs. Nepal did really well in the first 6 overs, but as soon as the spinners have come and as the power play overs are done, we saw Zishan Maqsood come and take a wicket on the very first ball, and then Aqib Ilyas taking that wicket of Kushal Bhurtel on his first ball of the spell. So the spinners have managed to apply some pressure back on Nepal, but Paresh, the middle overs, they're so crucial. You need to make sure that you get enough runs in the middle overs and not lose wickets so that you can go all guns blazing in the last 5.
Talking about Kushal Malla, he's a very good hitter of the ball. If he stays there till the 15th over, Nepal can see around 180, 190 runs. In terms of Oman, they should get rid of Kushal Malla as soon as possible. Zishan Maqsood is a very smart campaigner. Again, very well bowled straight to short extra.
Top bowling, Sunny boy.
Well, I saw him bat in the UAE in the ICC CWC League, the World Cup League 2, and he was absolutely brilliant. When he hits them cleanly. This time, doesn't time it too well, but will get a single. So his role is going to be very important, as you rightly pointed out. For Nepal to get to a good score, he needs to fire.
Yes, in the meantime, Zishan Maqsood just reducing his length, not giving that good length for Kushal Malla to swing his bat, getting the lower part of the bat straight to mid-on, lighted, but hit straight to the long-on fielder. Now it's just a matter of time that Kushal Malla goes after the bowling.
Well, with 3 wickets down, I would want Kushal Malla to just be a little cautious. I know he's an aggressive player, he likes to play his shots, but looking at the situation, another wicket here will put Nepal in a spot of bother. So he has to play sensibly and he has to mix caution with aggression. That is important for Kushal Malla. Good over yet again from Zishan Maqsood, just 3 runs off it. After 9, Nepal are 53 for 3.
वर्कआउट सँगै चाहिन्छ डाबर हनी जसले पूरा गर्छ हाम्रो फिटनेस रुटिन.
डाबर हनीमा छ एन्टिअक्सिडेन्ट र मिनरल जसले तपाईको फिटनेस रुटिन कम्प्लिट गर्नको साथै तपाईलाई राख्छ सधैँ फिट र यङ.
डाबर हनी स्टे फिट फील यङ.
विदेशबाट ई सेवा मनी ट्रान्सफर मार्फत ई सेवा वालेटमा पैसा पठाउँदा काठमाडौँमा घर जित्ने मौका पाउनुहुन्छ.
यति कार्पेट किन्दा कार्पेटको पछाडि यतिको लोगो हेर्न नबिर्सिनु होला. यति कार्पेट, कार्पेटको शहंशाह.
It's wide off the fielder at mid-wicket. Mehran Khan, I presume, the fielder. Just a single. I think that's a very reluctant running by Kushal Malla.
Yeah, that was in the gap, and you're right. This could have been 2, but they settled for 1. Aqib Ilyas making sure that he's got the right fielders in the right place. He knows the importance of this wicket. Everybody must have, in the team meeting, discussed Kushal Malla. That's how dangerous he is.
Again, bowling that off spinners to the left-hander with such control. Looking for 2, but the fielder there at long on was very quick to the ball. And talking about the bowlers of Oman, they have 3 front left arm orthodox, Zishan Maqsood, Ayan Khan and Shakil Ahmed. And even Mehran Khan bowled very well against Nepal in the league match, bowling his medium paces, getting rid of Kushal Bhurtel.
Well, Oman have a problem of plenty. They've got quite a few bowlers. Almost everybody can bowl. So you think about all-rounders and they've got everybody who can bowl and bat. They've got Mehran Khan, Aqib Ilyas, Zishan Maqsood, Ayan Khan. They all can bowl. Mohammad Nadeem, who's not playing today. He too is an all-rounder. That's very well played. That is a shot of a confident batter, a man in form, and that is a Rohit Podel for you. Brilliant shot for 4.
He just waited for the ball, just let the ball come to him and then played his shot behind square. A very good shot played by Rohit Podel. Look at this again. Just waited for the ball, time to perfection behind square, a boundary as a result.
Well, they were looking for this boundary for some time and Rohit Podel has found that placement perfect. I can hardly hear myself, Paresh. That's how loud it is right here. My first time in Nepal as a commentator. I was here as a tourist a few years back in 2015, and the love and affection that I have received is second to none. I'm just so delighted to be here and to be a part of this big final.
Yeah, we welcome you from our side as well, Shoaib.
Thank you, Paresh.
Yeah, Aqib Ilyas has bowled very well in his second over. That's cleaned him up. Beautiful delivery. I think that was just kissed the off stump. The ball had that loop and drift into the left hand and turning away. I think that kissed the off stump.
I think it's got an edge. I think it's an edge because you could see that the ball has turned, edged, and yes, I think it has touched the stumps as well. So we'll have to wait and watch. Well done, eagle eye, Paresh. But we'll have to wait for the official confirmation because there was an edge. It hit the stumps as well, and it was taken by the keeper. So it says it's been taken by the keeper, and that is what it will be. Big wicket, big blow for Nepal. Kushal Malla has to walk back for 3. And 4 wickets down, Nepal.
Dabur Red Bay Fresh Gel is in town.
Bay Fresh, be ready with Bay Fresh, be ready with Bay Fresh. Bay Fresh, be ready with Bay Fresh, be ready with Bay Fresh. Bay Fresh, be ready with Bay
Dabur Red Bay Fresh Gel. Be Bay ready with 12 hours deep freshness.
Be ready with Bay Fresh.
दादा बाहिर भाइरस छ
नडराउ मात्र पम्प रब छु गर्दियो भाइरसलाई
पम्प रब छु
हो लाइफबोय ह्यान्ड वाशले मार्छ 99.9% भाइरसेस त्यसैले पम्प रब छु संसारकै नम्बर 1 सेलिङ जर्म प्रोटेक्सन सोप ब्रान्ड
After hitting the bat and the stumps, but it will count as a bowled.
Oh yes, regardless of how he's dismissed, I think it's a big blow. Let's look at that in the replay again. That will give us a better picture. Yes, the bails are off. And he's taken a catch. It was an edge as well, but I think it's now pretty clear that he was bowled by Aqib Ilyas. So 60 for 4 Nepal. As in comes Gulshan Jha. He came at number 3 yesterday. In the semi-finals against UAE.
Like what Lenny pointed out earlier in the two series, in the earlier tri-series that preceded this tournament. Nepal has changed 5 batters at the number 3 position. Sompal Kami, Gulshan Jha, Rohit Podel himself, the captain, Kushal Malla, and today Sundeep Zora. So they are just looking for a number 3 batsman.
Yeah, well, I've seen some matches of Nepal. They'd come to UAE. I was part of that commentary team there. I was also in Oman when they played the quadrangular series there. I feel that Rohit Podel is best suited for number 3. He's got that ability to build an innings. He can accelerate when he wants. He's got all the shots in the book. So for me, Rohit Podel at number 3 I think that's the best option that Nepal have in their kitty right now.
Very well bowled, quicker through the air on the offside. There was no turn, completely beating Gulshan Jah. And Gulshan Jah played very well at number 3 in the semi-final against UAE. This is what Zishan Maqsood is all about. He can toss the ball up, he can blow slow through the air, he can just start the ball in. A complete cricketer, Zishan Maqsood.
Vastly experienced, Zishan. And rightly, he's the captain of the side. He always leads from the front. A hard worker. You would see him come to the training. He'll be the first man and he'll be the last man to go. That's how hard-working he is. And he's managed to bowl really well in this game today. Just 1 run in that over from Zishan Maqsood, and Nepal are now well and truly in a spot of bother. 61 for 4.
Body टिकाऊ, body coverage.
दिमाग लगाओ Japanese technology वाला पेन चलाओ.
KNP Nerolac Healthy Home Paints from Japan.
The original taste, the original fun, one and only.
Whirlingको फेस्टिभ अफरमा दुबई घुमौ रमेर। अब whirlingबाट 24 भाग्यशाली जोडीले जित्न सक्नुहुनेछ दुबई घुम्ने मौका। आजै अफरको फाइदा लिनुहोस्। छिटो भनेकै whirling।
Into the left-hander and pitching and turning away.
Excellent bowling,
Again,
excellent bowling.
Very controlled leg spinner to the captain Rohit Podel.
Yes, now that wicket of Kushal Malla has added some extra pressure on Rohit Podel. He'll have to make sure that he's there till the 20th over. That may not allow him to play his shots freely.
The good thing about Rohit Podel is that he plays his shot very late. He lets the ball come to him and then plays his shot. That is why he gets the gap. We saw that earlier in the innings, the square cut that he played behind square. Getting the inside edge, trying to slog sweep the ball, running towards the final fielder. Good fielding by Shakil Ahmed there. Only 2 runs.
Well, I just said that he might not play his shots, and he's gone for one big slog towards mid-wicket. Luckily gets an inside edge and he'll get 2. But that should just now put Rohit back in that cautious mode. He can't lose his wicket here. That's very important. Nicely played. This is much better from Rohit Podel.
Yeah, let's say till the 15th or the 16th overs, Rohit Podel should play like this, nudge the singles around. If there's a ball to hit, they hit it for the boundary. Just rotate the strike there, left hand, right hand combination. It's always difficult for the bowlers to bowl.
Yeah, it's time for rebuilding a partnership here. For Nepal, Aqib Ilyas has bowled well, given away just 11 runs. This is his 3rd over in progress and has got 2 important wickets to his name. This is good batting from Gulshan. Singles would be just fine as of now.
Yes, Gulshan Jah just came in. He opened his account with that single. He's played 4 balls already. So I think Gulshan should take singles. Apart from if the ball there is to hit, he just hit it over the ground. But in the meantime, take singles, rotate the strike, give as much as strike to Rohit Podel, who's relatively set in the crease. He knows what the pace of the wicket is.
Last ball of the over coming up. And a lot more control shown from Rohit Podel. Drives it towards long on and will get a single. After 12 overs, Nepal are 66 for 4.
Dabur Red Bay Fresh Gel is in town.
Bay Fresh, be ready with Bay Fresh. Be ready with Fresh, Bay Fresh, be ready with
Dabur Red Bay Fresh Gel. Be Bay ready with 12 hours deep freshness.
Be ready with Bay Fresh.
विदेशबाट ई सेवा मनी ट्रान्सफर मार्फत ई सेवा वालेटमा पैसा पठाउँदा काठमाडौँमा घर जित्ने मौका पाउनुहुन्छ।
यति कार्पेट किन्दा कार्पेटको पछाडि यतिको लोगो हेर्न नबिर्सिनु होला। यति कार्पेटको शहंशाह।
Of the innings, the 13th over of this innings.
Plays it fine, plays it late, plays it in the gap and gets 4 runs. Excellent shot from Rohit Patel. Deft touch and starts this over with 4 runs.
Rohit Patel is known for his depth touches. Just waited for the ball. The ball had a bit of turn in it. Nicely played. Played it very late towards the vacant area at third man for a boundary.
This is good batting from Rohit. And again, the captain leading from the front. Doesn't try to hit it too hard. Just gets it right from the middle and guides it. And then sensible batting from the captain. This shows his temperament, and this is why I say that he needs to bat at number 3. He needs to steer the Nepal batting innings every time he comes out to bat. Hits a 4 and then takes a single.
Yes, very good batting by the captain, Rohit Patel. Rohit has that capability of hitting big sixes, and in the meantime taking those singles with neat touches. Zishan Maqsood just stopped in the delivery stride there. I think Gulshan Shah was not ready.
I think he's got a sprain in his back, and suddenly he got that jerk and just couldn't bowl. So there you go. He's stretching now. So I think a cramp in his back. Hopefully nothing serious. Goes big, and that's gone all the way. It's over the side screen, and Gulshan Shah says, I'm going to hit that cleanly, and that's exactly what it does.
What a strike by Gulshan Shah. Straight towards the side screen, over the side screen for a huge 6. That must have been around 80 to 85 to 90 meters 6. A big hit by Gulshan Shah when that was required. The ball traveling very far, almost in the dining area of the players.
One of the cleanest hits that you would see today, Gulshan Shah. When he gets going, he's a dangerous batter, an all-rounder for Nepal, bowls as well. But look at that hit again. Just wonderful, delightful hit over the side screen. Goes big towards the onside, and this is going to go into the crowds and beyond. What a hit. Ballistic from Gulshan Shah. That sounded like a gunshot.
A very big hit by Gulshan Shah into the parking area off the ground. He's a very tall guy, and he has that reach to the spinners. That is why he hits it very big. It almost went to the parking lot there, into the practice pitches.
Tries to go big, gets an edge, runs pouring in for Nepal in this over. Doesn't matter how they come, but Gulshan Shah is in his top gear.
21 runs coming in the last over of Zishan Maqsood. Getting the outside edge, very fine. The fielder there had no chance. He was a bit square, the short third fielder. After 13 overs, Nepal right back on track, 87 for 4.
रियल फ्रुटबाट बनेको रियल जुसमा छ रियल न्युट्रिसन, रियल टेस्ट र रियल ह्याप्पिनेस। त्यसैले त रियल जुस रियल हो नि।
साधारण टुथपेस्ट युज गर्नुभयो भने टाढै रहनुहुनेछ। रोज्नुहोस् क्लोज अप। यसको एन्टी जर्म माउथ वाश फर्मुलाले दिन्छ 12 घण्टा 3 गुणा ताजा सास। पाउनुहोस् अझ बढी ताजापन र सधैँ नजिक रहने कन्फिडेन्स।
हो, लाइफ बोय ह्यान्ड वाशले मार्छ 99.9% भाइरसेस। त्यसैले पम्प, रब, छु। संसारकै नम्बर 1 सेलिङ जर्म प्रोटेक्सन सोप ब्रान्ड।
So Akib continues, bowls this one on the pads and played it towards the square leg by Rohit. Would want to feed the strike to Gulshan Shah as he's gone ballistic. And just the right time to introduce a change in the comm box. My name is Shoaib. With me in the comm box now is Andrew Leonard.
Yeah, good morning. I think is it good afternoon? I don't even know what day it is, Shoaib. It's all a bit too much for me. It's still good morning. There we are, just about. And prior to that 13th over, things are looking pretty precarious, but Gulshan Shah, he loves the big stage. This young left-hander is 18 years of age. Look at the way in which he's stepping up. Extraordinary strokes first off Zishan Maqsood, and now against the spinner, with the spin even of Akib Ilyas. Stunning batting.
Well, he's lit this ground on fire. He's not going to stop now, and that's not great news for Oman. Watch out. Gulshan Jah is looking dangerous. That's a much better delivery from Aqib. Immediately, no slip in place now. They're on the back foot. Oman will have to get into defensive mode.
And you saw those numbers before the start from Aqib Ilyas. Economy rate in this tournament less than 6. Nobody has got after him. Jah has had the occasional moment of fortune, an outside edge in a previous over, this time an inside edge. How was this one missed, Shoaib?
I think just one shot too many and very close to the stump. It was never there to be cut. Gulshan Jah needs to calm down a bit because Nepal need him. He's done well. He scored 23 of 11, but they need more from him. That's much better. That is much, much better from the young Gulshan Jah.
Well, I think it's hard to calm down, isn't it, when you're in this amphitheatre? That's what I call it. It's a natural amphitheatre because of the banks that surround the ground. And on days like today, it is cricket's Colosseum. And I'm not just saying here in Kathmandu or here in Nepal. Look, even some foreign fans are now, I think that's an Australian shirt there on the left. They've got the Nepal fan jerseys bought. Everyone, they're all on the Nepal dreams now. They're off to the World Cup. Powdle is just the man you want there with Jah. He'll hold the fort. 14 bowled, 96 for 4. Have you ever seen a Colosseum like this one, Shoaib?
I just took away words from
Body Tikau, body coverage.
Dimak Lagao, Japanese technology wara paint chalao.
KNP Nerolac Healthy Home Paints from Japan.
The original taste, the original fun, one and only.
वर्लिङको फेस्टिभ अफरमा दुबई घुमौ रमेर। अब वर्लिङबाट 24 भाग्यशाली जोडीले जित्न सक्नुहुनेछ दुबई घुम्ने मौका। आजै अफरको फाइदा लिनुहोस्। छिटो भनेकै वर्लिङ।
It's been decent, but I think now the momentum shifting towards Nepal with this partnership.
And they're dancing up there again. Real emotion in this country for a multitude of reasons over the last 48 hours. This is a very important spell and it's a big call. He's gone to Mehran Khan, who was outstanding in the group game between these two. There's traditional Nepali music being played up in the crowd. He's going to bowl medium pace, the keeper up to the stumps. And with only 6 overs remaining, I think this is a gamble. And I think Powdle and Jah are going to go after the medium pace here. Can they get him away is the question. He was close to unplayable for some reason in the group game between these two. He just did not miss.
Yes, and that might just be the reason that Zishan has brought Mehran Khan, because he'll be riding high on confidence that he bowled well against Nepal in the group game. He would want to repeat that performance. But as of now, I think Gulshan Jah is going to take a liking towards Mehran Khan. I've got a feeling that this over is going to be exciting.
The amazing thing is, he's only bowled once in the tournament, and that was against Nepal, 4 overs, 2 for 20. And now as late as the 15th over, he won't be able to bowl his full allocation today. This is an over for Jah to go at. That's exactly what he does, but does he get enough of it? Oh, yes he does. I don't think quite all the way for 6. Just one bounce. There's a big gap, isn't there, between the deep mid-wicket, who's very straight, and the deep backward square. And Jah's picked it beautifully. 4 more.
Yes, Mehran Khan was not happy with that field setup. I think the fielder was not where he intended him to be, and that gap has allowed Gulshan Jah to go big towards the square leg. Gets it very close to the ropes, just falling shy of those ropes, and will be 4 runs. So Gulshan Jah, like I said, is going to be taking on Mehran Khan with that gentle medium pace. He's going to enjoy batting here.
Goes again. Where's this one gone? It's gone the other side of the fielder. Would you believe it? The first one went 10 yards to his right. This time it goes 10 yards to his left. Maybe a bit of fortune, a bit of an under edge from Jah, but he'll take it. Back-to-back boundaries. This is the over to target. Nepal on the charge and thinking of 160 plus.
Well, yes, bowling in the arc with the angle. Easy pickings for somebody like Gulshan. Tries to go big again towards the square leg, and the placement was good. So back-to-back boundaries for Gulshan. 32 of just 14. And the crowd is cheering and backing this youngster. And why not?
We've had a huge amount of interest over the last 48 hours. The story of Oman and Nepal taking 2 qualification spots. There's scenes at the Mulpani that even in the middle of a Cricket World Cup have lit up the cricketing world. We've seen messages of goodwill from some of the greats of the game, Ian Bishop, Carlos Brathwaite, Harsha Bhogle, Akash Chopra. Outside edge, it's going to be runs, and I think 4 more of them. Ja is simply too good right now. He's got to 36 off 15 before he came to the crease. Nepal were in all sorts of bother. Now, if anything, they're on top.
Well, this gamble definitely not working for Oman. Mehran Khan coming into bowl, and he's been taken to the cleaners by Gulshan Jha. What a player, what a star. Pressure right from ball number 1, and he's continuing the onslaught here.
You knew as soon as he turned to him it was a gamble. And it's just not paying off right now. This time the fumble, allow a second, but I think Ja has either just done something to his bat or maybe lost his grip. It's already 13 off the over, 14 with the leg by. That attention that's come, Shoaib. Star Sports got in touch yesterday. They wanted some footage, some reaction from these 2 men in particular. They wanted the captain and Gulshan Jha, the 18-year-old all-rounder. 50 they put on of 29 balls. Spoke to them both on pieces that will be live today on Star Sports. Rohit Paudel said the following words: "It teaches me that in life dreams do come true sometimes." Just short of the man at backward point, end of the 15th, it's 110 for 4. And what Gulshan Jha said to me was that the thing he loves about since he's come into international cricket under Monty Desai is that Monty Desai gives them all their roles. He tells them almost step by step.
वर्कआउट सँगै चाहिन्छ डाबर हनी जसले पुरा गर्छ हाम्रो फिटनेस रुटिन।
डाबर हनीमा छ एन्टिअक्सिडेन्ट र मिनरल जसले तपाईको फिटनेस रुटिन कम्प्लिट गर्नको साथै तपाईलाई राख्छ सधैँ फिट र यङ।
डाबर हनी स्टे फिट फील यङ।
20 वर्षदेखि ग्राहकहरूको चाहनालाई सम्बोधन गर्दै निरन्तर अघि बढ्दै सिद्धार्थ ब्याङ्क सम्बन्ध सधैँभरिलाई। यति कार्पेट किन्दा कार्पेटको पछाडि यतिको लोगो हेर्न नबिर्सिनुहोला। यति कार्पेट, कार्पेटको शहंशाह।
How they've stitched this partnership, and it has been just a wonderful sight to see these two bat together. A lot to cheer for Nepal. They celebrate this final. We know both these teams have qualified for the T20 World Cup scheduled to take place in the West Indies and United States June next year. And Nepal is going to announce themselves at the world stage after 10 years.
Yeah, they really will. They'll reintroduce themselves to the cricketing world. It's a much different landscape now. It's a larger World Cup. It's a better format. It's an open draw. Fayaz Butt comes back in from the Chobar end, his third. It's going to flirt with the wide line, and Butt's none too pleased, but the arms are outstretched from Rashid Riaz. That is given as a wide. Shoaib, you know, I've spent a lot of time here. I've seen this ground packed, and with atmospheres unlike any other, particularly in that game that I know you watched every ball of on March 16th. It's busier today than I've ever seen it. There's more people in the trees and the buildings around than I've ever seen. But the noise, it's just the same as when Gulshan Jha took 20 off that Mohammad Waseem over. It's so similar to that. Different state of the game, but equally impactful. And the 18-year-old keeps finding the gaps. It's 4 more. This is a gem of a knock. Maybe one of the innings of the tournament, and it's coming in its final from a man who's 18 years of age.
Big match player, Gulshan, and he's definitely got that X factor. Kushal Malla couldn't fire, but Gulshan Jha has risen to the occasion, and how just short and wide, not the best of deliveries from Fayaz Butt, and rightly punished by the man in form, the man who's looked so good out there in the middle. It's poetry in motion, just a lot of action in that poetry.
There's this one gone. It's a no ball, so it can't be out. Even if the catch is taken, it's put down anyway.
And the wheels are coming off for Oman. They managed the crowd brilliantly on Thursday, but today it's proving a bit too much for them just in the latter half. The no ball was immediately signalled, rightly so. 2 more runs to the total, 3 altogether, and Ja will keep the strike.
Well, Fayaz Butt has just been wavered. That was a beamer and rightly called as a no ball. And to add insult to injury, salt to the wounds, it's a no ball.
Free hit, swing, miss, wide. Now listen to this. They know their cricket, they love their cricket. I hope our cameraman's okay up there in the crowd. It's carnage up there. And the free hit, the lasso comes out again.
Fayaz Butt can definitely feel the pressure now. It's not easy to be playing against 40,000 people, maybe more, including the people on the buildings and on the trees. And that pressure is definitely telling on Fayaz Butt. First that no ball, which was hit in the air and was dropped by the fielder. And now here we go, the free hit again.
On the edge, can't get it away. Powell wants the single. He's quick enough to get home. You might even think of a second. Oh, it's all happening out there. What a knock this is. And what an atmosphere we have. As good as you would want anywhere in the world. South of the border, south of this beautiful country. India are taking on South Africa. It's the 2 favourites for the Cricket World Cup. Right now, no one's looking at that. Doesn't start for a couple of hours. All the eyes of the cricketing world are here in Kathmandu.
Absolutely. I think one of the biggest games of the World Cup. India taking on South Africa, but as rightly pointed out, eyes on this game. Nepal and Oman, 2 teams who are going to go and join the big guys in the World Cup and prove their mettle. And I'm really excited to see what Nepal can do and will do at the World Cup later in 2024. But right now it's the big final. Who wants to get that trophy? Nepal definitely look more eager and are comfortably placed at 120. Andrew, 160 definitely on the cards, maybe 170.
Yeah, no doubt. And I think when Paresh Lahani said that figure, 170, 180, I thought he was well off the mark. I thought it was a 140, 150 wicket. But Ja's innings has really just changed the entire course and context of this grand finale. Powell's done what he does. He never gives it away. He's a great judge of a situation. He knows that if he was dismissed, his country could have got into real trouble, and he too can accelerate. Still 4 overs remain after this. The problem for Oman, Maqsood and Ilyas are bowled out. Ja is making it look oh so easy. Make it 50 and make it 50 from 20 deliveries. And he stands to acknowledge the crowd. 18-year-olds, another star is born this year here in Nepal. His name, it's Gulshan Ja.
What an innings this is. Spectacular, outstanding, marvelous innings from a man who's coming of age. 50 of 25 fours and 4 sixes. Strike rate of 250. That is a staggering number from Gulshan Shah. What a player.
And what a shot. What a way to get there over extra cover. He provides something that's a rarity here in Nepal. Height and strength. Real strength. He's probably over 6 foot. It was his bowling that caught the attention in such a big way. Reminder, he came to Kathmandu without even a pair of bowling boots to his name. And now here he is playing as heroic a knock as you could imagine. This over, it seems never ending, but it's just desperate to get out of it. Shakil Ahmed has 2 overs left. Do they turn back to spin here, Oman?
Well, difficult position to be in. If I was Zishan Maqsood, I would be wondering who I can go to right now. The way Gulshan Ja is batting, a left arm spinner could spell trouble for Oman. I might go with Bilal Khan for that 1 over and maybe look for a wicket here, because that's what Oman wants.
Into the block hole. Does get out of the over, but Ja's going to keep the strike. Outstanding again from the left-hander. He gets a warm round of applause just for the single. 16 have been bowled, 128.
for 4.
रियल फ्रुटबाट बनेको रियल जुसमा छ रियल न्युट्रिसन, रियल टेस्ट र रियल ह्याप्पिनेस। त्यसैले त रियल जुस रियल हो नि।
साधारण टुथपेस्ट युज गर्नुभयो भने टाढै रहनुहुनेछ। रोज्नुहोस् क्लोज अप, यसको एन्टी जर्म माउथ वाश फर्मुलाले दिन्छ 12 घण्टा 3 गुणा ताजा सास। पाउनुहोस् अझ बढी ताजापन र सधैँ नजिक रहने कन्फिडेन्स।
10 वर्षदेखि ग्राहकहरूको चाहनालाई सम्बोधन गर्दै निरन्तर अघि बढ्दै सिद्धार्थ ब्याङ्क, सम्बन्ध सधैँभरिलाई।
He came in a situation where he was in some trouble. Nepal needed an innings like that, and that is what they've got.
Well, I'll answer the question for you, Show. Bilal Khan, 17 and 19. And Gulshan Jah, doesn't matter who's bowling, he's going to fancy his chances. And Powell's doing brilliantly to get him on strike as much as he can. You don't think it'll be Mehran Khan. It could be a real risk to bowl it over of Shakil Ahmed as late as the 18th.
Well, I think it's going to be Mehran Khan bowling the last over. They would take it as, delay it as long as possible, get the 17th and 19th from Bilal, get the 18th from Fayaz, because that's the only option they have, and Mehran bowls the 20th. Big hit.
Every shot is getting roared, Joe, here to the hilt. And that one has been completely mistimed, gets a single. Big question now, can Powell turn what's been a critical innings to rebuild into a very progressive one, accelerate the way that Maqsood often does for Oman?
Well, I think definitely that is something that is playing on his mind. Rohit Patel, he'll want to play those deft touches. That's what he is good at. Might get some gaps, might place the ball in the gaps and get runs. Anything about around 120 strike rate from Rohit Patel, I would take that any day. If he can hold that one end up and score at 120, I'm pretty happy with Rohit Patel batting at number 3.
Down the track, can't make contact, clever bowling, hidden away. Outside the off stump may have been the change-up too. Yeah, that 20 ball 50 that Gulshan Jazz provided, obviously I don't think anyone can ever break that Tapendra Singh Airi record. Yuvraj Singh may never forgive Nepal's three-dimensional cricketer. 9 balls he took. In fact, it mathematically can't be broken, it could be tied. But there are a few others up there for Nepal on that really fast list. Kushal Mal and Rohit Powell have both made 19 ball half centuries. They both came against Mongolia too. But the fastest ever against Oman has come today, and now Powell goes. It was that back of a length, sat up, and he smote it down the ground to get them dancing again. 6 more.
Well, Rohit Patel, he's got all the shots in the book. He can play those deft touches and he can also slog when it's needed, and that is why I feel he's a complete cricketer. Look at that shot. Front foot planted, goes straight down, flat batted in the air and clears the boundary with a lot of ease. That's a very good shot from Rohit Patel. 6 as signalled by the young aspiring cricketer.
Full toss. I think he's going to get away with being overwaist tight, slapped out to deep cover. But one other thing that, interestingly, both of these boys said to me, and Asif Sheikh was the other one I interviewed for Star Sports yesterday, was that they were all inspired to play cricket because of Nepal's journey to that T20 World Cup in 2014, 10 years ago. They were keen to acknowledge the importance of Paras Khadka, of Shakti Gochan, Sharad Vasakar, Pradeep Airi, Binod Bandari et al. On their careers. This is taken, and an eerie silence falls over the ground as an outside edge from Jah goes straight to short third. Bilal Khan congratulates the youngster. It doesn't take away from his innings whatsoever, but he's got to 50 and soon after he's got out.
Well, Bilal Khan was brought into the attack to break this partnership, and that is what he's done. Gulshan Jah, what a knock from him. This is one for the ages. Sliced it, found the fielder, Shakil Ahmed with that catch. And he's walking back now. A very satisfying performance from Gulshan Jah. It was a treat to watch him bat. out there in the middle. 54 of 26 for him. 138 for 5.
वर्लिङको फेस्टिभ अफरमा दुबई घुमौ रमेर। अब वर्लिङबाट 24 भाग्यशाली जोडीले जित्न सक्नुहुनेछ दुबई घुम्ने मौका। आजै अफरको फाइदा लिनुहोस्। छिटो भनेकै वर्लिङ।
हाम्रो मनमा वाइ वाइ, हाम्रो मनमा वाइ वाइ, तिम्रो मेरो हाम्रो सबको मनमा छ वाइ।
मेचीदेखि महाकालीसम्म वाइ वाइ छ हामी सबैको मनमा।
यति कार्पेट किन्दा कार्पेटको पछाडि यतिको लोगो हेर्न नबिर्सिनु होला। यति कार्पेटको शहंशाह।
हो लाइफबोय ह्यान्ड वाशले मार्छ 99.
Bibek Yadav who comes to the crease, and it is going to be that risk taken here in the 18th. It's going to be Shakil Ahmed to bowl it. He's only batted once, Bibek Yadav, as far as I'm aware. Actually, he might have got a single in one of the other games, and a couple of runs. But his strike rate is because of those 5-6s he hit against this opposition to nearly pull off not just a Carlos Brathwaite moment, but an even better one. They needed 26 in the final over. This Powell slog sweeps with real control. That's a beautiful stroke. There's a massive gap between long on and deep mid-wicket, and he's picked it to perfection. This is a critical over.
Yes, now Rohit Paudel, he knows that he'll have to take that responsibility of making sure they get those runs quickly. Very nicely played. It was outside off, and from there he's played that towards mid-wicket. He's played that in the gap as well, and 4 runs to start this over. Short and quick from Shakil, and again brings out that late deft touch. Rohit Paudel, unfortunately for him, he finds the fielder, he'll get a single.
So just to complete my point, you see young boys and girls in the crowd who are here. If this doesn't inspire you to play this great sport of ours, I don't know what will. And it's not just here in Kathmandu, it's all across the country. It's in Pokhara, it's in Barakpur, it's in Bharatnagar, it's down in Bairoa, it's in Chitwan. Millions and millions have been watching on in Kantapur domestically. So those same men in the team now who are inspired by those 10 years ago, they're inspiring the next generation, and that for me is so special.
Well, that does happen, doesn't it? You take any cricketing country, that one defining moment is what it takes. And this is one of the defining moments of this game. Rohit Paudel getting into the groove now and hitting that right from the middle of the bat. He's launched it towards mid-wicket, and it's gone all the way for a maximum.
Well, we said this was a critical over. There's no doubt that it is, and Powell now going through the gears just when his team need it. Perfectly timed, perfectly paced this innings. Again, he's such a shrewd reader of where a game is at. Another one that's dropped in the crowd. It's so densely packed in there. It's a miracle if anyone holds on to one. Look at how incredible these scenes are. Never seen it busier.
Well, it is a spectacle, isn't it? Just something that you would never experience anywhere else in the world. That 6 brings Nepal's 150 up, and they are looking well set to get to 180.
He loves that shot, doesn't he? But you've got a man well placed there for it. Now, this ball for me is a freebie. Yadav, maybe his captain could even tell him 2, 4 or 6. Powell will want the strike at the start of the 19th. And it's the final ball they'll probably face of spin in the innings. Surely Fayaz Butt will have to bowl the 20th. End up being a dot instead. Ahmed gets out of his 3rd over. He's got number 30, 18 bowled, 151 for 5.
रियल फ्रुटबाट बनेको रियल जुसमा छ रियल न्युट्रिसन, रियल टेस्ट र रियल ह्याप्पिनेस। त्यसैले त रियल जुस रियल हो नि।
विदेशबाट ई-सेवा मनी ट्रान्सफर मार्फत ई-सेवा वालेटमा पैसा पठाउँदा काठमाडौँमा घर जित्ने मौका पाउनुहुन्छ।
यति कार्पेट किन्दा कार्पेटको पछाडि यतिको लोगो हेर्न नबिर्सिनु होला। यति कार्पेटको शहंशाह।
म फरक छु किनकि म प्लास्टिकको प्रयोग कम गर्छु। अब तपाई पनि भन्ने हैन त फरक?
Wonderful in that group game against Oman. Hit some lusty blows, and that is what they'll expect today. This crowd from Bibek as well. It's going to be Bilal.
There's the Yorker, as he so often does. Now Powell will want the second, but he's not going to be able to get there. It's a well-placed fielder that's out of deep backward points. And I think the plan is very clear from Bilal Khan here, wide block hole.
Yes, that is what he relies on mostly when he's bowling in the death. He brings out those Yorkers and executes them well. And that is what Bilal Khan will be planning to do against Vivek and Rohit. Very crucial, this over from Bilal. He'll have to bring Oman back in the game, because at the moment Nepal and the 30-40,000 crowd that we have here are in the driver's seat.
I saw this from Yadav. He's just very tense early in his innings. Khan has another just chip back to him, and Bilal Khan says, come on crowd, cheer me now. Oh, you have to love it, don't you? The umpire saying, please don't cause a riot. Let's just keep ahead of things. Great sportsmanship though too. Congratulates Yadav on what he did the other day, as Yadav dismissed for two. Very tame end to his innings. A big wicket.
Well, he's a wicket taker in his own right, Bilal Khan, and that was just chipped. A soft dismissal from Vivek, very unusual, but Bilal Khan, he'll enjoy that wicket. 1 of 3 for Vivek, as
You're real ho.
यो हो रियल रियल फ्रुटबाट बनेको रियल जुसमा छ रियल न्युट्रिसन, रियल टेस्ट र रियल ह्याप्पिनेस। त्यसैले त रियल जुस रियल हो नि।
वर्लिङको फेस्टिभ अफर 3 वा 12 महिनाको इन्टरनेट पेमेन्टमा पाउनुहोस् स्यामसङका विभिन्न प्रडक्टहरूमा रु 15,500 सम्मको वर्लिङ लोयल्टी डिस्काउन्ट। आजै अफरको फाइदा लिनुहोस्।
Well, a good move, I think, this one from Monty Desai. He's gone with Karen KC as high as he's batted in the tournament at number 8. The reason why in this very latter stages, between 10 and 25 balls left, he's just the man you want coming to the crease, because he only knows one way. He's particularly good at picking up Yorkers or very full deliveries, getting them down the ground with that extra power, the extra muscle that he possesses. It's so difficult against Khan though, with it angling away. So he's going to go really deep in his crease. Look at Karen KC, he's almost back in his stumps there. That will surely be a wide outside the off stump. The crowd are saying, we'll clap those ones, Bilal, not your wickets.
Well, clearly banter from the crowd, and you can expect that. Bilal playing with fire, shouldn't do that. It was just a couple of days back that Bilal was bowling that last over and was smashed all around the park, but he is a true fighter and he wants to make a comeback.
Nailed into the block hole. KC can only clip it away. That will at least get Powell back on to strike. Nepal will be delighted with their recovery. Remember, they were in all sorts of trouble when Kushal Malla was dismissed from the final ball of the 10th over. 60 for 4 at that point. The next 7 or 8 overs have belonged to them. Just like to take that momentum in. They'd love 170. Oh yes, sir. Get the Darasul on. Get the Dhaka Topi on the head. And pump out the dance moves too. The reaction of the girl in the background there, giggling away. Some interesting moves. Short ball, top edge. Anywhere will do right now for Powell. He goes to within a boundary of 50. It's been a brilliant acceleration to his innings. And it's Nepal's captain doing it again for his team.
Not a bad ball from Bilal. Wanted to surprise Rohit Podel, but he was waiting for it, anticipated it well. Didn't get it from the middle of the bat, but doesn't matter at this stage. As long as the runs keep coming for Nepal, they won't be complaining. Important, crucial runs from the captain yet again, contributing with the bat as he inches closer to that personal milestone. Deserves that 50 to his name. Right, so Bilal Khan has been given an official warning. Was treading with danger, was in his follow-through in the danger zone. And danger zone is that on your screens right now, on the top of the trees with the Nepal flag. Well, a sight to behold, Andrew.
Saw one gentleman up there with his motorcycle helmet on, just in case. KC down the leg side. I think it's flicked the pad. They're going to try and run through. Powdell selfishly gives KC the strike. It'll be given as a leg by. 6 deliveries left. 160 for 6.
Dabur Red Bay Fresh Gel is in town.
Bay Fresh, be ready with Bay Fresh. Be ready with Bay Fresh, be ready with Bay
Dabur Red Bay Fresh Gel. Be bay ready with 12 hours deep freshness.
Be ready with Bay Fresh.
साधारण टुथपेस्ट युज गर्नुभयो भने टाढै रहनुहुनेछ। रोज्नुहोस् क्लोजअप। यसको एन्टी जर्म माउथवाश फर्मुलाले दिन्छ 12 घण्टा 3 गुणा ताजा सास। पाउनुहोस् अझ बढी ताजापन र सधैँ नजिक रहने कन्फिडेन्स।
वर्षदेखि ग्राहकहरूको चाहनालाई सम्बोधन गर्दै निरन्तर अघि बढ्दै सिद्धार्थ ब्याङ्क सम्बन्ध सधैँभरिलाई।
Akib bowled well as well. 2 wickets to him. Zishan was a bit expensive in his last over, but he too was successful in terms of the wicket.
So that means it's going to be Fayaz, but I love the extraordinary commitment to come and support the national team here. The rest of Kathmandu City must be empty. They're all here in Kirtipur. And there's a star of the future too. Got to bring your kids in. Pressure's going to be on Fayaz, but he's been expensive thus far. KC loves hitting sixes at the ground, but he can't get it out of the middle of the bat. But he will get enough. They might think of a third here. Yes, maybe the best possible result for Nepal. A really poor piece of fielding. Fayaz put. He's disgusted with that. It gets Powdell back onto strike.
That's very ordinary from Mehran Khan. Was in 2 minds whether to go for it or use his footwork. Finally manages to use his footwork, but 3 runs for the taking for Nepal. Very, very ordinary from Mehran, and now he's been brought in the 30-yard. In fact, he's been asked to go all the way from the square leg to the point region on the offside.
Well, stay on this shot for a moment. In the area of girlfriends, I fell in love with Nepali cricket. Don't think you're the only one, my friend. That's what Nepal and cricket means. Nepali cricket is love. Here's Powdell on 47. Short, wide, going to be 50. And 50 brought up in beautiful style, controlled style. Stunning stroke from the captain to get him to his 5th T20 international 50. It's maybe his best one. And every person, man, woman and child in the TU ground rises to an incredible young leader. He has been simply carrying the nation on his shoulders, and he's done it again.
Well, he's man of the moment for me, for Nepal. Well, what a leader. Has performed with the bat, has been the unsung hero, but this day definitely belongs to him. What an innings from Rohit Patel.
He threw everything he had at that. KC's going to try and get his captain back on, but worrying something happening here. Will just be the single. Need to say something important about Rohit Powdell. He's in his early 20s.